guys, welcome back to our YouTube channels. For those of you who are new, I'm Jermaine.
And I'm Zaria.
And today what we're going to be talking about is when we both told our parents that we were having a baby.
Alright, so I told my mom first. My mom was the very first person that I told. And the way that I told her was, I remember I was in my dorm room and I called my mom. And I was like, "Hi mom." She's like, "Hey," you know, just regular conversation. Then she was like, oh, then I was like, "You remember that dream you had?" Then she was like, "What dream?" I'm like, "That dream."
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What?
And so my mom, she had a dream that I had, that I was pregnant, I think. I think that was what the dream was about. And she was just telling me one day, she's like, "Girl, I had a dream that you was pregnant." This is before I was pregnant. And like, she had a dream. And like, I didn't even know I was pregnant. And so this was probably like, it was like months before. But so I asked my mom if she remembered the dream that she had about me being pregnant, and she said, "Yeah." And I was just like, "Yeah." She was like, "Yeah, what?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, I was, and I'm just like, "Yeah." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm pregnant." What do you mean? It's like, "You pregnant?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like,
Oh, no. 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 No, 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 no. I'll do something.
I'm pretty sure she's like, "Stop playing with me." She probably thought I was joking. I'm like, "I am." She's like, "Wow." After that, she was just like, "Wow." But she was very supportive, and like, she didn't put me down or anything like that. She was like, "Well, you know what you gotta do," and all that. Like, she was just telling me how like things are gonna change and all that. But then after that, she was like, "Well, I'm gonna tell your daddy," and I'm just like, that's gonna be a rough one. So she said that, I was like, okay. I didn't expect it to go bad at all, but it was just like the whole fact that I gotta, like, my dad gotta know. Like, there's no way that I could not tell my dad. Like, my parents married and they live together, so it's like I have to go through the whole thing. But like, when my dad found out, it was just like, I don't know. I just felt like I didn't want to let him down. Like, he was gonna be upset. Like, I don't know. It's just hard just telling your dad that you're pregnant and you're not married. So
Probably harder as a female.
yeah. So I mean, my mom, she was helping me. Like, the thing is, I never went to my dad and like had the conversation really about me being pregnant. Like, we never had a conversation like that I'm pregnant. But like, he just knew, like, he knew. But like, it was just awkward a little bit between me and him throughout my pregnancy, because like, he knew I was pregnant, but he didn't want to say anything wrong. So he just stayed quiet. He still like, they still communicated with me. He still like, "How you doing?" All that. But it was just we never had a conversation about me being pregnant. Probably until the baby shower and the baby was here. But now, like,
Plus you're the only daughter too.
yeah. But at the same time, my dad, he's kind of older, and like, my older brothers, I don't see them having kids no time soon. But so like, I feel like he was kind of excited, but he was just not excited for me not being married and having a kid. But like, now he's so thrilled that he has a granddaughter. But yeah, it was just,
Yeah.
I just didn't want to, like, it was just like, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm breaking my dad's heart. Like, you know, everybody know that their parents in general just want them to wait till marriage. Well, most parents, until they have a child. But other than that, like, it wasn't like anything was horrible when I told my parents. So it was just more like, well, like, you gotta figure things out. Like, we're here to support you, but you gotta figure things out. So yeah, that's how it was telling my parents.
Yeah, for me, I'll say it really wasn't as rough. It wasn't rough at all. Well, I had like two different extremes. Like, my mom reaction was different from my dad's reaction. Like, I told my dad first, from what I remember. And when I told him, I was playing football during this time, obviously, so I just got done working out, and I was like, I gotta tell them. So I'm leaving Export, which is where I worked out. I'm leaving Export, and I'm walking down the street to the dorms, and I'm like, texting my dad, I'm like, I need to talk to you. He talking about what? I instantly get a call, dang. And that call was like, that was like an hour, like just looking at my phone. It was just like, sorry. So I answered it. Hello, he said, yeah, what's up, son? And I was like, yeah, so. I said, I wanted to talk to you about something. And I was like, look, bro, like, it is what it is at this point. So I was like, yeah, so Zaria found out she was pregnant. And he was like, that's not even like a surprise. And I was like, yeah. And the reason he said that is because he knew I was dating her, and he knew I was always around her, and he knew it was like co-ed dorms. So, I mean, you could put 2 and 2 together. It's co-ed dorms, you around her 24/7, like the chances, you know? So he wasn't saying like I wasn't being careful. He was just saying like the chances are high. Basically what you was doing, he probably already knew. But after that, he was just like saying, he was like, well, son, you just gotta take responsibility. I mean, it is what it is at this point. Like, he wasn't like really hard on me. He was like, you gotta take responsibility now. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have the child. So you gotta take responsibility. And that's really all I remember is him really saying that. My dad, like, he didn't really say much. I'm sure he thought a lot and felt a lot, but that's pretty much all from that. But that was like hard, because I know like what he felt was probably way different. Well, not way different, but he probably felt more than what he really said. I know that. So, and then my mom, on the other hand, I told her, and she was at church when I told her. She was with my uncle, and she was with my grandma. They was out at church, and my sister was at church. So I texted my mom. Did I text her? To be honest, I don't remember if I definitely texted, because I ain't called. But I think I texted my mom and I let her know the business. And they told me what happened. Like, my family members told me what happened. It was like, my mom just started crying at church.
Why are you crying?
And she was like, oh my gosh, my son, Jermaine having a baby or whatever. And it was like, my grandma was like excited. Like, her reaction was the exact opposite. She was like, really? Because, you know, like, older people, they really cherish, like, babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a beautiful thing. But my mom, like, is really, she got her vision of what she expects for each one of her children. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, dang. My mom always like told each and every one of us, you know what I'm saying, to really like live our life and handle all of our stuff young. So, but it is what it is, you know. But I told her what happened, and yeah, she was just really, man, she just cried. She just cried. So I wasn't there to see it, but I could just imagine it, because my mom's really emotional. So that was her reaction. Like, my dad was more, you know, calm, straight to the point, serious. And my mom's was just sobbing, just emotional. So that was how I told them, and that was like that was really hard to do, to be honest, because you don't really know what to expect. And it's like, damn, like, it's just like, once, it's different when you low-key about it. When you low-key, you could kind of push it off. But once you actually like tell them that you're having a baby, then that's like when reality hits.
Yeah.
So that's what I really felt like. Like, once we told them, it was like, damn, like, this is real. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but that's how we told them. So for anybody out there, if you're pregnant, you got it in you to, you know what I'm saying?
You need to tell your parents or whoever.
Yeah.
I mean, before I told them, I pictured like the absolute worst. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, true.
It was just like way worse. But even though I overthought everything, I'm just grateful and happy that our parents were both supportive throughout remaining of the pregnancy. So yeah, I think it's important that if you have that support system, you do let them know, especially like if they've been supporting you throughout your whole life and everything, and now it's like a very big deal I was just excited that they were there to be there for me, and well, for both of us. Even though my dad was very stern with Jermaine afterwards, but it was pretty. Everything ended up pretty well. Everything ended up well, and now we're here today. So yeah.
Yep. So that's our story. We hope you guys like the story. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that. And until next time.
See you next time.